Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
There's Mr. Infuego, one half of the Baseball Junkies podcast. Before we get the show going, we just want to make sure that both you, the viewer, and the listener are fully aware that this podcast is not intended to provide any form of investment advice. The opinions expressed here by either the host or any guest do not necessarily reflect the views of any sports card investor, organization, and or entity within the sports card market. Any discussion of sports card values in the past or present is not a guarantee of future performance. two collectors with a common love of baseball cards. A League of Her Own, Mr. and Fuego. Welcome to the Baseball Junkies podcast.
Oh, it's that time of the week again. Welcome to the Baseball Junkies podcast. I'm your host, Adrian, from A League of Her Own on YouTube.
And I'm your boy, Mr. and Fuego.
I hope everybody had a fantastic week. Mr. Fuego, you have a good week, my brother?
I had an awesome week.
Awesome. Let's go. We've got so much to talk about. Oh my God. Just when you think the hobby can't get any sillier or crazier or funner or all that,
It never seems to amaze.
Oh my God. Oh, goodness gracious. We're going to get right into it, you guys, because we got a lot. We'll start off with our, simple stuff, and we'll ease on in to the crazy stuff. Here we go. All right, upcoming releases. Some things we've talked about in previous weeks. Some things have moved around a little bit, and just let you know, we got coming out on the 4th next week, Panini Select. We've talked about this a lot in previous podcasts, so I'm just going to pass on that. Hobby boxes are about $150, showing that on blowout cards right now. Then the next biggin coming out on the 11th next week. So let's see, is that going to be out by next? No, we'll have another podcast before that comes out. So we have got Topps update, flagship update coming out the 11th. Hobby boxes on pre-order right now are looking to be about $95. Jumbos $175 on that. The 13th, this is a product that got pushed back. We talked about pretty much in depth in a few podcasts ago, was Leaf Exotic, kind of a higher end Leaf product. I think they were $90 a box.
Yeah, roughly,
with the low numbered autos in it. All right. So, and then last but not least, on October 18th, two pretty popular products, that a lot of us collectors look forward to coming out is Topps Pro Debut and Stadium Club is coming out. Oh, it's one of my favorites.
Yes.
Okay. So for Pro Debut, we've got hobby boxes right now looking to be about $68-ish on the pre-order, $98 on the jumbo, which is for a jumbo, that's a great deal. That's always a super fun product. Really goes under the radar for whatever reason. I'm not sure, but you can get a lot of top prospects and you get like 5 autos in those jumbos. Like, you can't go wrong. Okay, but Stadium Club, really popular set. The photography on the Stadium Club is just,
it's all about the photos.
Second to none. But we've got a new format this year coming out. So when I looked up, all the specs on it today, we're looking at hobby boxes at about $110. You're going to get your 2 autos out of that. You're going to get your Chrome Parallel and your Triumphant insert in there. Triumphatives. I think I'm saying that right. Insert out of that. But they also have a compact box coming out this year. That's what it was listed as on blowout cards. So the compact is a guaranteed 1 auto. It's $80 price point. So you're saving about $30 on that. You'll get 8 cards per pack and 8 packs in that. So maybe something a little more affordable. Maybe they're trying to get under the $100 price point. I know sometimes when people see $100 price point, I think it spooks them. When they see it under $100, it's like, oh, cool, that's a good deal. So
glad to see little Timmy's being thought of with his allowance.
Yes, 100%. So I out of all these sets we talked, I was going to say Stadium Club. Yeah, Stadium Club is what I'm most excited about, and I do plan on getting some update. I probably get, because it's so cheap, Pro Debut. I don't know. We'll see. But that Stadium Club is what I'm most excited about because it's beautiful. It's cards that I always love to have in my collection.
The pictures for me.
Even the base cards in it, just because of the photography so nice that they always just make nice displays, or you're going through them, they're always enjoyable.
Maybe it's just me, but it's like the worst player to pull always has the best pictures in that product.
Yes, 100%. That's true. That is true. I'm trying to think. One of my favorite cards of all time. It's my favorite Ken Griffey Jr. card. Was 1992, I think. Ken Griffey. It was his member choice card. He's got the hat on backwards, and that is like one of in my head, like one of my favorite cards.
That's an iconic pose. Yeah,
I love it. I just love it. So I can vividly remember when Stadium Club came out when we were like if you can, it was a little bit more expensive and it had like that. I just remember, in a pack of Stadium Club, I was on cloud 9 with that. So
I'm surprised it doesn't hold the value like all these other products.
I know, because it's up there as one of my favorite sets of all time. You can't go wrong with it. So, all right, that's what we have for our upcoming releases this for the next few weeks. So let's get to what we've been watching get cracked open. So with really not really any more new releases came out, kind of, sort of. I'll explain that. But what we really saw the most of this week was Alan Ginter. We talked about it a little bit last week because it came out the day before last week's podcast, but we obviously got to see tons more of it ripped this week. And I still, for me personally, Alan Ginter is a hit or miss set. I do feel like there's been a lot more hits getting pulled out of it this year, but it's still the set with a lot of the oddball cards. You've got a lot of pop culture stuff. You've got a lot of the funny sets like the music, and they got, I pulled a card with bongos on it. I opened one hobby box of it. So
it's like a lot of emphasis on this year has been on the rip cards too.
Yes, cool stuff. Getting pulled out of the rip cards that I've seen that have gotten ripped. Those like the metal. I saw a metal Mike Trout was like out of 3, and I did see a short of somebody pulling a Charlie Sheen auto. So I mean that's why Alan Ginter a little oddball. I know people are like looking for the Victor Wembanyama like big time in there, which I obviously that's makes sense. Very popular in basketball, but I'm just not. I'm Alan Ginter. It's all right.
It's an acquired.
I want baseball. That's why.
Yeah.
If I was like doing the whole pop culture thing stuff, it would be super fun.
Yeah.
Or more fun, I should say. So
not to say if I was to pull a Kevin Hart auto, I'm gonna frown on it.
Yeah. No, man. That's fine. Like a couple years ago. Oh God, I don't even know who it was. Total. I pulled an auto out of 10 of somebody. Like one of those cards. I gotta look it up. It sold pretty good. It was some pop culture, something crazy. They sell good. I mean, it is what it is. But it was kind of a funny joke earlier. We were talking about why they should have put Taylor Swift's up in there with all the stuff going on with that this year. But then we stopped talking about that because we're just so over hearing about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. So anyway, so lots of Alan Ginter. It seems like there's more hits in it than in previous years. If it's your thing, awesome. I know I've seen a lot of people in the card community ripping it and having a lot of fun with it, which is what card collecting is all about.
Exactly.
So you do you. I did get singles. I did get a single or two of it of my PC players and stuff like that, and that's about it. The other thing, we've only seen, I think, one rip of this. So a couple weeks ago, the J-Rod Show Out collection was available on Topps, and we talked about it here on the podcast. I talked about how there were boxes that there was All-Star Game ones of these available at the All-Star Game, and I bought a box of that off of eBay, and I had ripped that. But then they came out on Topps. There's more coming out. We saw one video on this today of a guy that was opening 3 of the boxes like I had that had just the 3 packs in it. There's no guaranteed autos, but you could pull autos. And it's epic.
Yeah, holy cow.
I'm so excited. Like the box I ripped was awesome. All the other boxes I've seen of it ripped, the All-Star Game ones, mind you, were awesome. All super low numbered parallels in there, some nice autos, things like that.
The stuff that's been pulled and already posted on eBay, what you showed me was insane.
Yeah. The inserts that Julio Rodriguez had designed, because he's really into anime, are freaking awesome. Oh my God. Google, look up on eBay if you get a chance, like different J-Rod show out collection, and just scroll through the parallels and stuff. I think you will be pleasantly surprised. So the rip we did see of this guy did pull a nice auto. He got low number parallels in each pack, not just box, because 3 cards per box, and he opened 3 boxes, but each pack had a low number parallel in it. He got 2 very nice relics in it. He did get, I think out of the 3 boxes, he got 1 auto. I think he got 1 auto, a nice low numbered auto. I was a nice rookie auto. I'll put a link to that in the description later for, I think it's a YouTuber I'm not too familiar with. I think his name's Front Row Cards or something like that. But I don't know, man. I really, really dig this J-Rod show out collection. And so it looks like people are starting to get their boxes. The bigger collector boxes haven't made it out anywhere as far as anybody doing videos on it yet. But I can only imagine that those are going to be freaking epic as well. So looking forward to seeing more of that. All right. That's what I've got for reviews. You got anything else that you saw ripped this week that is notable, sir?
I mean, the normal stuff, like you said, everybody's ripping Allen Ginter. We're still seeing Bowman being ripped, and there was a snafu that we saw with a Bowman rip, but we'll talk about that on the banner later on.
There we go.
And I just went ahead and I just threw in the link for that front row video with the show out collection in the chat.
Awesome. If you're listening to this just on podcast format, just click in the description, stuff like that. We'll have all of that info there if you guys want to check that out. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes today. We got some good stuff to talk about in hobby news. Lord have mercy. Well, all right, guys. You guys have probably heard all about this if you follow any hobby news at all. The top super refractor thing, huge deal. We saw different influencers and different things on Instagram, all different stories talking about how we've seen Bowman Chrome getting ripped and these duplicate superfractors, which is not supposed to happen, obviously, because a superfractor, for those of you that don't know, is a 1 of 1. And there were not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. I think there was 5.
Was started out as 1, ended up being 6. Now we're at what? 95?
Yes. So Topps did address this, did put out an announcement talking about they investigated this whole superfractor thing, why there, what was going on with that, determined that there were 95 duplicate superfractors put out in the 2023 Bowman Chrome product. Apologize for it and what have you. And then this is where the bomb dropped. Like, this is where it gets epic. They offered buybacks to the first. So say you pull one of these superfractors that they deemed there's 2 of in the product, the first person to contact them will have the ability to have that card bought back by Topps. And some of these buyback prices, I mean, they're unbelievable. So most notable, if you guys don't know, Ethan Salas, but Bowman Chrome first card, high prospect for the San Diego Padres, probably one of the number 1 prospects that people are looking for in this product.
The chaser.
Yeah, they're offering a $75,000 buyback. 75,000, not 7,500, 75,000. There's a couple other names on here that from this list I saw here. I didn't buy any Bowman Chrome this year. Walcott, 35,000. Celestine for the Mariners, 35,000. And I think we watched on Neo's card collection that he totaled up all this, a total of $700,000 in like buybacks.
Yes.
So this story kind of broke through the week. We've had a week, to talk about. You guys have seen it on all the formats, all the YouTubers, everybody's talking about it. And my take, just I'm not gonna say our take. Mr. Fuego might have a different view on it, but I was stoked that Topps said something, because they don't usually say anything. They acknowledged it, and I feel like I feel like this is a decent thing to do. What they're doing, I think this is awesome.
It's the right thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah, they admitted that they made a mistake and are going, to me, above and beyond. $75,000. That card wasn't going to get that much in the market. I don't believe. There's no way. That's my opinion. So that's really taking it up a notch. Now, Mr. Fuego, give your thoughts on it right quick, because then I want to go into the other little part that we discussed about it earlier today.
So here's my thing with this snafu. Last time I checked, Topps was acquired by a bigger brother by the name of Fanatics. So how is it that this snafu occurs, but we hear from little brother and not big brother? I mean, last time I checked, for example, if your child was acting a fool in school, okay, the teachers are automatically going to assume they're running that same behavior at home, which is a reflection on you as the parent. So in this case, we're talking about 95 individualized mistakes that were made. How come Fanatics hasn't said anything about it?
Yeah.
I mean, again, going back to what Adrian said, yes, it's good that little brother is looking for a way to fix the problem, but why hasn't Fanatics stepped in? That's just my big gripe about it.
I'm just wondering if Fanatics is like too big for this. Like, let the little brother take care of this. Like delegating it. Like, this is you baseball. Yeah, we want to make our money, big things off of you, but we got bigger fish to fry, man. We got people to talk to, things to do. Let's
because now
take care of it.
If you're talking dollars, okay, yes, the bounty in total is just under $750,000.
Yes. Okay. And somebody just hit it in the comments. The next thing I want to talk about, was it intentional? So
okay,
it didn't even cross my mind, because that's how naive I am to these kind of things. But I think they kind of dabbled on it on what did we watch? Neo's Cards and Comics. And you were saying that, like, what if they did this on purpose to drive up the
boost sales
stuff? Dude, that's evil, man. That's evil. But
again,
smart. They're making that.
But here's the thing, though, Adrian. If you was Fanatics or Topps, let's keep it lower level. Are you willing to risk your name and reputation just to boost up sales?
I swear to God, I don't know. I don't think like a good business person. I swear to God, but I feel like if it makes some money, then like more, that's evil genius stuff right there for reals. Because did I or did I not say to you, like, oh man, I might buy some of this now? I had no intention of buying any of it. I'm like, ooh, maybe I'll buy some now. But the thing that held me back, I'll just throw that out. It's like, well, if I buy it because I want to try to get one of these superfractors and get some money, I got to buy into one of the big breakers, because one of the boxes.
Good luck trying to get in on a backyard, a late in. No.
That's how we know. That's how we knew all about all these superfractors being doubles in the first place. All these big breakers are pulling them, and then all the pictures coming up on Instagram and Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. That's how we knew.
Actually posed a question to an industry breaker, and his comment was, it is not worth my time, my money, or effort in trying to get one of these superfractors.
Yeah. That's been my biggest thing. Like, I don't even want to bother buying any of it, because I'm like, what's the point? You guys are just giving it all to the big breakers and stuff. So why do I even bother trying? So, but hey, I'm gonna say, nice try though. You almost got me. Me coming out with, oh, we're gonna give this much money. So yeah, you know what? I just came to this determination right now. Right now, I'm not buying any Bowman Chrome. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. But hey, I'm clever thinking outside of the box in that evil, crazy, demented way, man. That's why, you know what? It made me, you know what I did end up doing this week? I should be talking about this in the banter. I'm sorry, but all this hobby news is what it drove me towards is I went and bought a bunch of vintage cards this week from a card community member because I was like, you know what? I need to step back. I need to get it away from the modern stuff for a second because
Yeah, take a little time out.
Yeah. So anyways, so that was probably the biggest thing in the hobby that happened this week, you guys.
There's other snafus, but we'll bring that up here shortly.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more of that in the banter. Another thing that we saw this week that Mr. Fuego actually brought to my attention, and I had to look into it more because it didn't make any sense, but then it did. Fanatics had dropped.
They did their own bounty.
Yeah, they dropped a bounty this week, offering $15,000 to anybody that pulled the Babe Ruth retrofractor in their lives happening over the weekend on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. $15,000. And I was like, why would they? That doesn't make any sense. David Adams has a $250,000 bounty for that same exact card. I'm like, why would, So I go onto their little posts there on Instagram. I'm reading the chat, and Fanatics Live responded. They're just offering $15,000 to the person just as a congratulations. They get to keep the card. So that person would get $15,000. And then they could, if they wanted to, they could
turn around and flip it to David Adams.
And the comment section, as you can imagine, I just scrolling through reading some of them, just laughing like hysterically because people are like, so tell me that you don't know which box the retrofractor is without telling me you don't know which
exactly.
box. Like, everyone's like, how much you want to bet it comes out in the Fanatics Live this weekend, because they like, and people are going as far as saying they know exactly what box it's in, like all kinds of stuff. So
and as of right now, that bounty is still going on for the duration of the weekend.
Yes, it's if they're Fanatics
it's happening
Live,
right now.
There are 2023 Bowman breaks, the retro factors. It's happening right now. Another thing happening right now is the Topps Rip Party is tonight, going on all over. So I imagine here on the West Coast too, some of those parties might not have even started yet. So make sure you check out your local LCS. Topps Rip Party happened at local LCSs all across the country. I did see the one. I've seen clips, on Instagram from Topps for the one in New York and Arizona. There was a picture. I showed you the picture. There was a picture of Michael Rubin, Travis Scott, Tom Brady, and oh my God, who was the last?
Whole bunch of big names.
There was a bunch. Yeah, it was really cool. I can't remember the last. Yeah, I don't know. That was the party to be at though. So it looks like a lot of fun. So if you guys get a chance to go to your local LCS and go to one of those parties, like send us pictures, let us know in the comments. Let us know.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, a lot of these LCSs are pretty much keeping it standardized. They're doing your live breaks. They're doing pack wars. They got stuff going on for the kids. I know there's LCSs where I'm at. They have adult rip nights, so you take that for what it's worth. But at the same time, a lot of these LCSs are actually throwing a twist into making their version of Topps Rip Night that much more unique, which I actually appreciate more. Like, there's one not as close to me as the one that's 30 minutes from me, but they collaborated with a guy who runs what they call a gut truck. So he's out there barbecuing it up. And get yourself some barbecue while you ripping some packs. I know Leighton, they're offering for if you actually go to their brick and mortar, you could actually go live yourself and rip open a product that you purchased on their second channel.
Yeah, it just looks like tons of fun, like what the hobby's all about. Just a regular old party with all kinds of cool stuff, food and music and cards to rip and different stuff, and it looks awesome. So hoping to at least some of you out there have been able to partake in that. I couldn't partake because I don't have
You
an
live in the
LCS.
middle of nowhere.
And Mr. Fuego couldn't partake because of this silly old podcast.
Yeah,
So,
damn the podcast.
yeah. So, anyways, that's what we got for hobby news this week, guys. Let us know what you think. It's time for some trivia. We got a good one this week. You guys get ready.
Well, before we even go into the trivia,
yes, sir.
When you see the question and the answer come up, I'm hoping that some of you will figure out why this question was actually selected.
Oh yeah, we got the right people listening to this podcast. They're gonna know. All right, guys, here we go with this week's trivia. All right, guys. Unfortunately, okay. First of all, I'll let Mr. Fuego, for the podcast listeners, tell you.
For those of you that's going to be tuning in on your favorite podcast, once this is actually uploaded and published, the question of the week was, who was the first Baltimore Orioles player to be named the American League MVP? And that answer should have been the late, great Brooks Robinson, who actually won it in 1964.
Yes, and Mr. Fuego, selected this question this week. Obviously, I keep saying obviously, but us baseball heads, to me, it's obvious. We did lose Brooks Robinson this past week. I didn't get to grow up during that era, but I did go and watch a whole lot of clips this week. A bunch of clips were coming up on my feed, and just that guy was an insane third baseman.
Third baseman in history.
I did not know. I learned that he's called the human vacuum playing over there. And I watched clips about Johnny Bench talking about how good he was over. Like he didn't want to hit it anywhere near there because he knew that he would suck it up over there. And he was amazing third baseman. It always going back and watching those, and they were talking, the clips I was watching, he was in his 30s, and I'm watching him. I'm like, God, this guy looks like he's in his 50s. It's just, it's crazy the way people have aged differently over the past, 20, 30, 40 years. But he had all the moves no matter what. And
it's really funny what I liked about Brooks specifically, because I'm kind of like you. I wasn't around watching him play, but my favorite player, Alex Rodriguez, he ended up converting into a third baseman when he signed that contract with the Yankees. And Alex, at one point in her interview, stated that he tried to pick up a lot of mechanics that Brooks actually did, which helped him along in his third baseman career.
That's cool. That's cool. I imagine anybody that plays third base must have him in the back of their mind at some point in time because of how great he was at that position.
But before we even forget, the winner for this week's trivia happens to be a collector's dream.
Yes. Congratulations, a collector's dream. And it looks like a collector's dream also saying in the comments right now that he did a tribute video for Brooks Robinson, and he said he got to meet him a few times. So I'm going to have to check that out. Hopefully you guys will all check that out. Collector's Dream is going to get a shout out all week on our website, and we're going to have him in the description and stuff. So definitely check out A Collector's Dream on YouTube. Give him a like, give him a sub. Check out that Brooks Robinson video. Sounds freaking amazing. All right. It's time for that top 5. Let's go. We have an interesting, very interesting random top 5 of the week. I love it. Let's go with number 5. Right, quite possibly the Rookie of the Year for the National League. Quite possibly. We've got Corbin Carroll's 2023 Topps Blue. Let's see.
It's a blue foil out of $9.99.
Thank you. Blue foil out of $9.99 with a 7-day increase of 346%.
Wow.
Last 30 days was a 92%. If you can find this blue card, the blue foil, I'm imagining there's blue speckle and blue this and that too. But what I'm seeing for sales on that is about $50 for this card raw.
Now, for a PSA 10, that's a different story because the last one sold August 30th for $117.50.
Ooh, I feel like they stole that at 117
Oh, yeah,
if the raws are going for 59, so that's a good
definitely.
deal. So if you guys, looking for Corbin Carroll, he's had an outstanding season. So it doesn't surprise me that his card is on the list this week. All right, guys, let's go number 4. Told you guys it was random. So at number
Mr.
4,
Grand Slam himself.
Mr. Grand Slam himself, yes. 2017 Bowman Draft Chrome First Royce Lewis of the Minnesota Twins. He has had quite the season himself. Like Mr. Infuego said, Grand Slam. He has been plagued with injuries in the past, but things seem to be coming together for him. You can probably pick up this card anywhere between $4 and $6. Not too shabby.
Yeah, now this is how you know your performance as a player dictates the value within the hobby. So there was a sale that happened on the 27th of September at a gem mint 10. You had one sell for $18. The very next day, it jumped up to 50.
Wow. Yep. There you go. There you go. Guys, I forgot to say the percentages on this one too, by the way. 7% in the last 7 days. Sorry, last 7 days, 36.7% increase. Last 30 days, 91% increase. So yeah, definitely his game is affecting his card sales. Let's hit number 3.
Hold up, Adrian. Hold up. You really gonna make me do this one?
I I am. I am.
Okay.
It's so funny. I can't even. I don't have on market movers right here. It doesn't give me anything for this card raw, which is crazy to me. But yeah, guys, we got some vintage hitting up the list this week. I love everything about this. This is my favorite card on the list this week. We got the 1975 Topps number 228 George Brett rookie card with a 7-day increase of 38.8%, a 30-day increase of 25.6%. I don't know what you can get this card for raw. I'm sure it depends on the condition. Anywhere from like $5 to $40, I imagine.
That is a complete and utter understatement.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the only 3 PSA sales listed. The first one sold February 9th, 2014.
Yeah.
That one sold for $20,100. Okay. Now let's fast forward to June 15th of 2016. Also at a gem mint 10. And this one actually sold at an auction at PWCC. This one sold for $41,400. Now, but wait, there's more.
But wait.
The most recent one sold December 14th, 2020. All right, we was in the middle of a crisis.
Right in the middle of the pandemic boom of cards.
And believe it or not, this one was just a normal eBay sale. $117,000 for a PSA 10.
So I granted it is extremely, extremely hard to get one of these 1975 cards in a PSA 10, which is why the prices are so high. But that $117,000 might give you an idea of how crazy things were during 2020.
Yes.
I mean, that $41,000 price is probably more realistic, I feel like, today, maybe a little bit higher than that. because that happened in 2016. So that's quite a few years before things really started upticking.
And
But
that is another statement
yeah,
too that was lingering in the back of my mind that was
yeah,
mentioned in the chat. 75 cards from 75 are so hard to gem,
yeah.
but when
I
they
mean,
do, they hit.
yeah, yeah. If you can get one of those gemmed, you can find like there's none for sale at 10. You can't. It's nearly impossible to find them at a 10. I'm seeing a lot more recent solds here at nines. Last one being August 21st. So a 9 sold for 5,000. I mean,
It's
it's
insane.
awesome, but that if you have a 1975 George Brett, I already feel like you're a winner right there. Those
Mhm.
are that's a very beautiful, colorful set, and I mean to get one graded that well is just, I mean, unbelievable. All right, we spent a lot of time on number 3 today. Let's let's get into number 2. Why it's not number 1, I do not know, but we've got 2018 Topps Update base Ronald Acuna rookie card. I mean, with everything the Braves are doing right now and everything that Acuna's doing, everything that he's done this last week, hitting the records, doing his
Mr.
thing.
4070.
I mean, uh, the guy is just nailing it right now, doing great things. His rookie card going right now. Let's see, raw. You could probably get one for about $20. We've seen. Oh, I'm actually seeing a 7-day decrease of 1.9%, a 30-day decrease of 2.7%. I'm gonna guess maybe his prices, his cards might be flattening out because people know like he's there. He's there. It might tick up more if he keeps doing what he's doing, and then they hit the World Series and stuff like that. But yeah, about $20 on that bad boy.
Yeah, definitely. And then we had quite a few sales happen on the same day. But I'm just gonna go with they're ranging between $75 and $76 for the last sale.
That's the PSA 10.
That's a PSA 10, correct?
That seems like a steal to me,
It
but
is.
yeah, not too shabby. All right, guys, here we go. It's time for number 1. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, everybody. I love this card, but I don't quite
I don't
understand.
get it.
2019 Topps base rookie card of Big Meat Pete. Pete Alonso has seen a 7-day increase of 14.5%, a 30-day increase of 10%. You can probably pick this card up raw for about $3 to $5.
Mm. And I'm just going over the numbers here. And the last one that was sold for a PSA 10 was $32.94.
Oh, it's steal. That's a steal. I'm
I'm,
pretty
I'm,
sure
I'm
I
I'm
have it.
noticing a trend. A lot of these cars that hit number one of the top five, you could
Mhm.
pretty much get them at a PSA 10.
So it's probably people trying
Any
to get good deals on great players. I don't is this Pete's maybe like is he gonna sign a new contract or be a free agent maybe? 2019, he might be, but I mean he's a great player. The Mets were a huge disappointment. No offense to Met fans. I'm an A's fan, so don't ever think I'm hating on you. Like tell you I know your pain.
My team didn't even make the playoffs, so
Dude. Um yeah, Pete Alonso on this list was surprising to me. I'm cool with it. I love Pete Alonso, but I guess what made sense about the top 5 this week when you got George Brett randomly in there and things like that. But
I
anyways,
actually like the mix of modern and
I
vintage.
I do too. I feel like it's more true
Yes.
to what the like card collecting is. But
SCI finally got it right for
yeah.
once.
Well, I mean, I don't put it on SCI. Because I feel like they're just reporting the numbers. This is what sold this week. This is what happened. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So this right here just seems very it makes sense to me. Kind of all over the board and stuff like that. Maybe people are low key thinking, "Oh, Pete might be going to another team or something like that. Let's get him while he's cheap now. Maybe this card will go up," kind of thing. But anyways, yeah. Let us know. Let us know what you think of the top 5. And especially let us know today in the after hours, the Baseball Junkies after hour show on Mr. and Fuego's channel, about a half hour after the podcast is over here on my channel. We go on to Mr. and Fuego's channel and we talk to each and every one of you a little bit more personally in the comments and what have you. So it is a good place to be. Yes. All right. It's time. I think it's time.
Let's do
Time
it.
for our favorite time of the podcast. It's banter time. Let's go. All right, guys. Baseball card banter. This is going to be more Mr. and Fuego this week than me. He's got some good stuff. He's got some good stuff.
So we touched on a little bit of the issues with these duplicate superfractors on the 2023 Bowman. Well, not only are they replicating unique cards, they're and pardon the profanity, they're half-assing other ones as well. So I was watching a break on YouTube and a 2023 Bowman orange numbered to 25 autograph was pulled. There was just one problem. There was no auto on it. So now the question is, if you was the recipient of said team, okay, would you take that and have it graded as a error card, or would you send that back to Topps and say, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, how y'all gonna send me an autographed card without an auto?
Ooh. I feel like it's probably gonna. I don't feel like error cards get any love anymore these days.
No,
I would probably want an auto.
they don't make error cards like they did back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, that's not like something that it's not like a printing issue there. That's like a that's a what the hell? Like what happened? Like we put in a card that doesn't have the auto on it. So, anyways, I would send that back to Topps personally.
Definitely. And I mean, we know for a fact the customer service that Topps brings is much better than what we have experienced with Panini and everything like that. And we know that they're going to fix it. But for the simple fact that it slipped under your radar, it's bad enough y'all trying to clean up in aisle 4 with this superfractor issue. Now you're going to send Joey, after he's done mopping up aisle 4, to aisle 6 to clean up this mess. I mean, who's to say what other autographed cards out there don't have an autograph?
Yeah, I can only imagine. I will say for I like Topps customer service, I've knock on wood, I have never had a bad experience like contacting them. They always usually get back to me right away. It's usually reasonable. There's maybe one time that I was like annoyed, like I thought it was a dumb answer, but it's not. I mean, I guess anything's better than Panini. Maybe the bar was set so low that it is what it is. So
that's basically what it boils down to.
Yeah. So
I mean, I could just, all I could say is I appreciate when there is an issue that is brought up with a product, at least the company will be quick. Well, I'm not going to say quick. They will be active in rectifying it.
Yeah. Speaking of like Panini and bad stuff, my brother-in-law messaged me this week that he got an email from Panini saying that like they're actually sending him his redemption of a Jason Dominguez auto.
See that. Yes.
Yeah. 3 years. 3 years took him to get it. Took him 3 years to get it back. And he gets it this week and it's a sticker auto. Like how I felt so bad for him, but I could not stop laughing about it either. Like, so anyways, it's better than getting no card at all. I know, but dang. And it's like the extra burn on that. It's like Jason Dominguez just had all this high, all his card prices went up and then he got injured and they So it's like he got it right after they went back down. So it's like, well, I guess I'll hold on to it. Maybe another 3 years. So, so anyways, that was that. You've got more stuff to talk about. You've had an unbelievable
I did.
PSA,
So
your own.
So I did a video on what I plan to send in to PSA as my first submission. And I'm not going to go into details as to what grades I was given. That will be for a video to come. But I will say, for a first time PSA submission, I am very pleased. Okay.
Yes. And just to let everybody, maybe that's new or listening or not sure, Mr. Enfuego has had many cards graded by PSA, but he usually sends them to me or to others to look them over and send them in for him. This was the first one that he did all by himself. He prepped them himself. He did all this
big boy now
and everything. So definitely check out his video that he did on the cards that he sent, and then look forward to that video that should be coming out within the next week or two.
As soon as that order comes in, I will be doing a video that same day.
Yeah, there's some, at the very least, amazing stuff to see in there, a learning experience and all of that. And I mean, it'll be worth the watch if you're into getting things graded, if you're into that kind of thing. So, yeah. Oh man, what a week. What else? I feel like we had so much more like silliness. I feel like a lot of silliness this week.
Well, if it matters, Panini got a win in court recently with WWE.
Yes. We had a couple things with Panini today. Panini got a win or loss with WWE. They can't do
a temporary win
with their football cards.
Oh, the football cards, no, they didn't get a win with that one. However,
backwards.
They are still, yes.
You got it backwards, I think.
Okay.
WWE, they can't do no more. They're done. No more WWE. They're not on the list. They came out with their list of upcoming releases and no WWE on there. The NFL, they lost their the immediate emergency relief thing. And so Panini can still print football for right there. So you had the two stories right, but just swapped.
So basically, this was posted on Instagram through Sports Card Investor, and basically it says here that the NFL Players Association has denied emergency relief, allowing Panini to sell product.
Yeah. So they're
They actually did win against, because I'm looking at the chat right now, they did have a small win with the WWE. They are still allowed to continue. I don't know all the details. They're still allowed to sell WWE products.
Okay.
I just don't know for the duration. I don't know if it's through the term of their contract, or I don't know all the specifics on it, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be more reporting on it later on. And as soon as we get it, you'll have it.
All right. Yeah. For those of you listening, people are getting me in the comments right now saying they did win something with WWE. The last I had saw they hadn't. So I'll have to look more into that and see what happened. I don't buy football or wrestling cards. I know they're super popular, but that's probably why I missed the bus on that story. That was the only thing I had this week was I reached out to somebody. I know I talked about it a minute ago in our hobby news, but I did reach out and order from another card community member a bunch of vintage cards. I'm really excited to get. And I started going through some of my vintage, and it's like simpler times, simpler times, all these shenanigans this year. Oh no, I totally forgot. Look what I found this week, everybody.
This should have been breaking news.
I should have been. All right. I walked into my local Fred Meyer's here on the West Coast. I don't think they've got Fred Meyer's across the country. It's just, kind of like a bit, grocery store, and all in one store, got furniture, got it all. And I walked in and they had Julio's. For those of you that don't know, Julio Rodriguez did come out with a cereal that was, only available in the Pacific Northwest, but hadn't made it down here to Southern Oregon until now. I walked in. I had looked for this early on, and I was able to snag a couple boxes of this reboxed Fruit Loops. Is pretty much what it is. The thing they get you on is what makes it different from the Fruit Loops is they got teal. They got teal colored loops in there. So it was 2 for $4. So I got my box.
Eat your heart out.
I got my box that I'm going to keep here in my room. And I got my box that I've been eating all week. Me and my husband have been eating. I haven't had cereal in a minute too, so it was fun. And I'm digging the whole like cartoon thing they got going back on the back here. It's like a cool anime looking thing. And lots of fun. That was fun. And when I was in there, in Fred Meyer's, I was looking at the cards and only had one box of baseball. This is all they had, but what a box. 2023 Bowman Mega Box. So I'll be opening that this week, probably on the channel, maybe on shorts. I'm not sure. So we'll see. I got Cosmic coming next week too. So I should have a video on that.
I am hoping to bring a video to you guys with the collector's box of the J-Rod Show Out collection. Because as far as I know, the pre-sales is still it's a done deal. They haven't even announced the next batch if they're gonna actually do another order. But this order that I just got in on, the release should be within the first 2 weeks of October.
All right, so we're gonna have some good stuff on our channels coming up in the next week or two here. Oh my God, I almost forgot. You guys tune in tomorrow on Huddle's card collection.
That's right.
Same time. I know, I was fun. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night on Huddle's card collection.
We got a collab going.
We are doing a collab podcast. So it's going to be me. It's going to be Mr. Fuego. It's going to be Huddle's card collection. And it's going to be Pittsburgh. Huddle and Pittsburgh do a podcast called Collecting for Profit every Wednesday night. And we decided to all get together and collab. And it should be a good time because I know we all love collecting, but we all look at things a little bit differently. And it's fun to hear everybody's, different point of view and stuff like that. So I'm sure we're all going to learn stuff and have a lot of fun. And
it's going to be fun.
It should be awesome. It should be awesome. All right. I mean, that's pretty much what I have for tonight. You got anything else?
No, just 30 minutes after we're done here, just come on over to the After Hour show where we get to talk to you guys more personally. We'll entertain the savagery that is running through your minds.
Yes.
We'll let you know what's on our thoughts because I would look at my channel more as an R-rated segment.
Yeah, we really let the truth spill out, really let our feelings out there. Hey guys, I just dropped on the bottom of the screen here for those of you watching us on YouTube. SeatGeek promo code, A League of Her Own, all one word. Get yourself $20 off on any of your tickets you want to buy to games or to concerts.
Or if you want to see Taylor Swift and Travis.
There you go. Get your Swifty cards. Also, I got the Baseball Junkies podcast uplisted. If you're listening on your favorite podcast format, you can do that. Please go on, download. It really helps us out. Thank you. All this information will be in the description if you would like any of that. You guys, that is all we have for today. So see us in about a half hour on Mr. Infuego's channel at the After Hour show. And thank you so much for being here tonight. Y'all have a good day.